Uh, hey there. Welcome to Brainwave Live. I'm your mistress of the night and host, Hoe Mocidius, here to guide you through our little maze of madness tonight. Some of you might be wondering about that old bitch, Briar Minton, that used to host. I'm not really at liberty to discuss that, but just rest easy knowing she's definitely alive and well. Now, we've got a packed show, so I'll get right to it and give a warm little welcome to some new monsters, Labyrinth from the Brookline Teen Center.
Fake deals in the supermarket, TVs selling what you can't get. These smiles, nowhere is as pretty as this. Cars crawling in the slow lane, lost stars waiting for the dark train. Turns the city a kiss. Under the waves is where she pulls my body down. Under the wind it takes me where I wanna drown. I could be miles away, she calls for me. This girl is a beautiful sea. Freeze frame graffiti at the bus stop, Star Wars, chewing gum and punk rock. She smiles, nowhere is as pretty as this. Let's go, take me where the wind blows. Sail ships far into tomorrow. Can turn and blow the city a kiss. Under the waves is where she pulls my body down. Under the wind she takes me where I wanna drown. I could be miles away, she calls my name. She gets into my veins and writes my poetry. This girl is a beautiful sea. This girl is a beautiful sea. I was stuck on the ground again. Stood back up, you pushed me down, you pushed me down. Don't leave me around again. Was it love or was it really just pretend? It's all over now. You had me going crazy and I'm wondering how you ever got this far. You built me up just to tear me apart. Got me wondering how you got this far. And when you looked at me, I thought it was destiny, but I don't know why I couldn't say goodbye. And now I look at you, and I should have seen the clues. It was just pretend. Don't wanna be a friend anymore. I was lost, now I'm found. You picked me up, then you dropped me, Don't leave me around. You play me like a toy and I don't wanna get thrown out. It's all over now. You had me going crazy and I'm wondering how you ever got this far. You built me up just to tear me apart. got me wondering how you got this far. When you looked at me, I thought it was destiny, but I don't know why I couldn't say goodbye. Now I look at you, I should have seen the clues, it was just pretend. Don't wanna be your friend anymore. Oh, baby. Oh, man. You're making me crazy. Really driving me mad. But that's alright with me. It's really no fuss. Sense to me. I really don't know. You're my kind of woman. You're my, oh, what a girl. And I'm down on my hands and knees, begging you, please, baby, show me your world. Oh, brother, sweetheart, feeling so tired. I really don't know, but you stick right next to me wherever I go. You're my kind of woman. You're my, oh my, what a girl. And I'm down on my hands and knees, begging you, please, baby, show me your world.
Is everyone's type of woman. I think that was a great start to warm us up to the show. But now we'll take a second to think about our roots and get a touch up. Oh, oops, sorry, wrong kind of roots. We have some storytelling from our elders, which calling them elders does make me feel a bit old. But never the matter. Let's see what we can learn from these. Take it away, my little blood bags.
I grew up in Colon, Alabama. It's a part of Tuscaloosa County. In 1950, I stayed there until I was 18 years old. I graduated high school. Then I came to Boston. 1968. Well, we lived in the country, so.
What did you do outside of school? Like for fun, like on the weekends?
There wasn't very much to do. On the weekends, that was the time, to do all your chores. On Saturday, that was major chores had to be done, you know, going into the week, because in the week, we'd either be at school or parents would be working. So we had to get the house in order. And then we played with the children in the neighborhood because we lived so far from the school. We were bused. Play with your sisters and brothers and your cousins, that was your fun. And it was good because we made up all of our games and everything. We didn't have computers and we didn't have, what do you call them? PS4s. We didn't have all those things. So, you had to make up your own activities. And it was good because you used your imagination.
Tell me an overview about your high school experience.
Well, during the time I went to high school, I went to an all-black high school. And initially we had all-black teachers. And in the 11th grade, they integrated white teachers into the school, but no white children. So I went to school with all black kids. We got a very good education. We learned about everything. I played the flute in the band.
What was the best part about high school?
I don't know. I overall, I like learning. I like reading. So I was into my books most of the time.
What is something that was really hard to do that's easier to do now? So like somewhere to go.
Well, when we were growing up, we didn't have access to very many cars. You might have one car in the family. So a lot of our, if we had to go to the store, which could be 5 miles from the house, you would have to walk. So we did a lot of walking. Or you went to visit your aunts or your uncles, you had to walk because, transportation wasn't available. But, nowadays, everybody has a car. We didn't go in town that much, and when we did, back then a lot of things were segregated. And you see on TV where it says colored only, white only for the bathrooms and the water fountains.
Mm-hmm.
I experienced that. And if we went to a movie theater, black sat in the balcony, and you'd have to go in through a side door. You couldn't go in through the front. But, we still had fun. You're not we went to have fun, so we had fun. And, we experienced some of the sit-ins and some of the demonstrations at the cafe counters and stuff. But, we survived it. Okay, I can tell you a very personal experience. My mom, my sister, and I, we were shopping in, I believe it was Kmart. And we were followed around. And at some point, one of the employees stopped me. Then they accused me of stealing a pair of earrings. And they took me into a room and they searched me without my mom being there. They didn't find anything. And then they had to let me go. But that was very scary, because you think you're going to jail for something you really didn't do. But back then, they could accuse you of things and then they could make it be real. So you really, I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. So that was very, very scary. I think some people still experience this to this day. When they see a black person coming to the stores, they follow you. For no reason, but they want to make sure you're not stealing anything or doing anything you don't want to, you weren't supposed to. I remember one experience where the kids went in and they sat in being defiant or trying to prove a point that they belong there. Mm-hmm. And it caused an uprising,
Well, wasn't that just wonderful? Real insightful. Really learned a lot about myself and the world around me. Now, next up, in continuing to explore our soulful theme, we have some words from the mind of the one, the only, Ezra Bart Simpson.
A bulb ever so slightly unscrewed. I'm burnt out like a light bulb that's just ever so slightly unscrewed. Once so bright it now fights to radiate with warmth and light the way it used to. It's just ever so slightly unscrewed. Every word and every action palpitates against the fragile glass orb surrounding the filament of hope holding my heart together, and with every vibration it wobbles, screwing and unscrewing, undulating up and down, in and out as the light strobes on and off, bright to dark, warm to cold, present to away. The bulb hangs from the center of the ceiling of a room which, when lit up, looks so warm and cozy. It's bustling with people coming to bask in its warmth, rejuvenate in its readiness to give, to radiate, people who come to laugh in its light and enjoy themselves. Maybe a fireplace and hot cocoa, plenty to go around, a comfy couch with a view of the snow outside as it blankets the ground, burying every qualm, the world set to peace and warmth and calm. The bulb hangs from the center of the ceiling of a room which, when dark, is cold and dry, marked by the memory of people who used to stop by when it was warm, cold concrete walls and sounds that echo like a million ghosts shadowing your voice, stone and steel, and a constant uneasy feeling that behind every corner is some surprise your eyes will never meet before it's tearing your flesh from your bone, laughs turn to shrill, unrelenting, high-pitched screams it seems will never end, and in the complete darkness you're left to fend for yourself without so much as a glimpse of what you're fighting. But the screams frighten even the light bulb, which retracts itself back into the ceiling. It screws itself back in, and the thin filament of hope surrounded by that gorgeous glass orb begins to glow again. Up and down, in and out, the light strobes on and off, bright to dark, warm to cold, present to away. Footprint. Like footprints on soggy sand, my impression always seems to fade, leaving nothing but a fond memory of its existence. Each step a small piece of something big, something beautiful, something whole, something to reminisce in years from now. The prints, just a fraction of it all, a fleeting impression upon a few thousand grains of sand rapidly cascading through the hourglass of time beneath the feet of a human being galloping across a beach, hair whipping through the buttery warm air, the fabric of her dress flapping at her knees as the sea comes forth to touch her toes, washing me away. As I roll and tumble and turn, my view of her back distorts through the water. Sea foam clouds my vision as an angel's fingers wrap around my neck and eyes, already pulling me towards the bottom of someone else's feet. Long walk home. His feet crawl across the cold concrete like cat's claws on a chalkboard, leaving dark imprints in their wake. Each footstep he makes pains him as the flesh of his bare feet collides with the road. Each footprint is flooded with water and made murky with muck stuck between his toes. Dead grass laces through the imprints like pond weeds in a dark lake. Each breath rattles through his lungs like the wind through the dead branches of trees on either side of the deserted street, his deserted street. And each time the sole of his foot strikes the cold concrete, it sends a bolt of lightning through his legs, through his spine, which jolts him awake, keeps his brain ticking, his feet dragging through time as his mind slows. He can't stop or won't stop, no one knows. He just goes and keeps going. Still is the air around him as he climbs his way up the front steps of the decrepit house. He has a vague memory of calling home. One step and another, one jolt and another. The shock keeps him alive, keeps his gears turning momentarily as he turns the handle and opens the door. He's living step by step, step to step. He steps around the scattered, torn clothes and the moldy rug hugging to the floor in a cold kind of way, and with each step the floor creaks and groans as if complaining that it has to support his weight, both warning him to turn back and egging him on. In the moonlight, he makes his way to the bathroom, step by step, tick, tock, tick, tock. He turns the faucet, which merely sputters and spits in his face. his face. He hasn't seen it in so long. In the cracked and crooked mirror, he sees for the first time his sagging skin and his bloodshot eyes with bags beneath them like they're bearing the weight of the world. The map of wrinkles plotted across his face, webbed across his forehead and down his cheeks, his chin. They run through his skin almost like little streams. Tears flow through the intricate ridges and valleys of his face and fall into the basin of the sink. The sink, which has not known water in so long, the seeds which had been sown so many years ago finally have what they need to grow. The dark bathroom slowly begins to sprout with green. At first, little leaves poke their heads out of the drain as if testing the air around. Upon their satisfaction, slowly they begin to blossom and unfold. In the golden moonlight seeping through the window, they begin to grow. They stem up from the drain, and little purple blossoms form in the gray bathroom, which is beginning to glow. Moss blankets the bathroom floor, hugging it in a warm kind of way. And moonlight streams through the window, shining a silvery light on the man's face. The faucet sputters and spits, and soon it's crying too, releasing years of built-up tears it never let out, and softening the man's inner gears. Tick-tock, and it bubbles over and flows into a quaint silvery pond, sparkling under the stars. The man looks down at his own face in the water, and he touches it. It ripples and waves back at him. He looks up, but the ceiling is gone. The stars twinkle reflected in his eyes. He stands up and he spins, and he can see for miles, because the street seems to have been overgrown with little purple flowers. The sky turned an orangey hue, and the stars seem to line up in just a way that they look like they're smiling right back at you. He's smiling, and he spins, and he runs, and he laughs, and he cries, and he opens his arms to embrace the world, and with 2 feet planted firmly on the ground, he flies. His spirit takes off and soars through the sky. This is what it is to be alive. He soars and soars into the sunset until you can't see anything left of him but the sparkle in his eyes, glistening among the others just like him who found their peace up there. Exploring the sky. Sometimes I sit in the park and just stare at the sky, marveling at its vastness. The seemingly infinite plain of baby blue and cotton candy white turned to silky hues of red and gold before the blues of night set in, a canvas sprinkled with sparkling stars like white flowers in a field. Wouldn't it be so cool to touch? But just as it's ever present, it's never really there. You can see it from afar, but when you try and touch it, you realize it's nothing but air, an illusion, a trick of the mind or the eye. But that doesn't matter, does it? Because I can see it. I can feel its warmth cascading through the clouds. Its present roars like thunder, but it's soft like rain. It uses my eye as a vehicle to reassure my soul, to ease my pain. The sky is in my mind, or my head is in the stars. I know. In a world of so much inconsistency and change, one thing is sure. From the glow of dawn to the stormiest of gray, the sky is one thing that never goes away. Thank you.
Wow. Just wow. Honestly, I just have no words. That was so completely amazing and insightful. But now, a word from our sponsor.
Hey gals,
Brought
aren't
to
you
you by
sick and
yours
tired of
truly
your
and
hubby
the
just
digital video
arguing and
program at
laziness and
Brookline
endless
High?
demands? You know that he's ungrateful for all you do. Well, now is your chance to get revenge on your man. The new Lysol One-Purpose Dirtier will be sure to remind him of his place in your household. Never again will he fail to appreciate a spotless home. Now, here's how it works. Simply find a clean tabletop or other surface and spray on some Lysol One-Purpose Dirtier for instant dirt and grime. So, enjoy a greasy pigsty of a living space and a quiet husband. Get Lysol One-Purpose Dirtier now for only 6 payments of $9.99 by calling this number now.
Well, you know, I haven't the faintest idea why, but suddenly I feel inclined to divorce my 12 husbands and get into home decor. Now up next, we have some jams. Do people still say jams? Brought to you by Baby Meyer. Whatever they're called, let's give them a listen.
So you want me, say you need me, how you gonna keep me? Say you want me, say you need me, baby, how you gonna keep me? How you gonna keep? I've been doing shit on my own, My heart's in cold, can't fuck with people, I'm alone. Nah. These niggas know he got me questioning my faith. I hope I don't make no mistakes. He says stop playing all these games, don't let these feelings go to waste. Baby, do you see it? See what I'm feeling? Yeah, not that yet, got me feeling on FaceTime. Ever you wanna talk, baby, I make time. Scared I've been hurt too many times. Too many times, wanna jump, don't know how to climb. Don't know how to climb. Don't wanna talk, either don't wanna be confused. Fantasies, baby, you look at me. Fantasies, baby, can't you let me dream?
Yeah, lately you've been on my mind. I cannot waste no time. Yeah, you can say she's done. I got the walkie inhibition, then I mix it with a Sprite, and every time I'm with your shorty, we get hype. Smoke a Benny, yeah, we gotta free our minds. But everyone against you and I, then I disappear like magic because
I've been doing shit on my own head. My heart's in cold, can't fuck with people, I'm alone. Nah. These niggas know he got me questioning my faith. I hope I don't make no mistakes. He said stop playing all these games, don't let these feelings go to waste. Baby, do you see it? See what I'm feeling? Not that yet, got me feeling on FaceTime. Ever you wanna talk, baby, I'll make time. Scared I've been hurt too many times. Too many times, wanna jump, don't know how to climb. Don't know how to climb. Don't wanna talk, either don't wanna be confused.
fantasies,
Baby, when you look at me. Fantasies, baby, can you let me dream?
Well, now that wasn't half bad. Now, let's catch some more stories from our friends at the Intergenerational Storytelling Program.
My name is Murray Keok. Actually, it's Dr. Murray Keok. I have a doctorate in public administration and urban planning. I am 92 years old and presently, and I'm living in a senior citizen residence in Brookline. I was an early progressive. That's, to the left wing. And I love Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie and all the folk songs. And when I got married, my kids, we were playing those records all the time. So there was a time I was on a chorus. My sister had a group and I was in a chorus too. So, music was in the background, something. It's not something that I never learned to play an instrument. And, but that was my beginning with music. When I went to graduate school, everybody wanted to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, working with the mind, and that was not what I was interested in. So I wrote a song, and I wrote 2 or 3 other songs where I composed the music and the lyrics. But then what happened is, I used to play bridge in a building in New York City. A lot of musicians here. And there was one of the signs on the door was guitar. So I knocked on the door. Guy pokes his head out. I said, "Can you sing?" He says, "Yes." "Okay, well, suppose I give you some lyrics. Could you add the music and sing and record it?" He says, "Yes." He says, "Well, what will you charge me?" He says, "Well, I charge $75 an hour for music lessons. So I charge $75." So I said, "Good, great." That's 8 years ago. We've become the best of friends, and we've done about 100 songs together. Most of the music, the lyrics that I write, are related to what's going on in the world, like climate change. So I wrote a climate change song. And the guy that I work with, a friend of mine, John, turned it into a video. So I have about 3 or 4 videos. Pandemic, women's rights, all issues. Those are most of the songs that I write. I have written songs about my wife, and some love songs. Congress ones, there'll be no peace to them. It's one that I've lived this long and seen so many places on the earth. The thing is, I start writing. I'm always thinking it's a poem, it's a song, but really it could be just poems. What I'll do is I'll write I have an idea, and I'll write a one stanza, and I'll put how many beats to each line. So when I go to the next line, I'll keep it the same beats. And I usually have 4 stanzas and a chorus. And sometimes I'll add more, maybe a little less. I just wrote a musical where a planet from outer space sends a rocket ship into outer space, and they land in the United States. And 4 people get off, and they gather information and songs and things that are going on in the United States. And they go back to their planet, and they present what they learned to the elders in the planet. The elders, we thought that we would learn something, make our life better. Our life is better than they are in the United States. So what they do then is they write some songs, and they send the group back to the United States to teach America how to be better. I've been active all my life. I've been on picket lines, and I've done a lot of, a number of things. Well, the cops went on strike in New York City. And that was one of the songs I wrote, the whole song. Who's going to watch the picket line when the cops go out on strike? There are too many people just sitting on the sidelines. They don't like what's going on, but that's all they do. And somehow or other, I'm always talking about doing something. And most of the time when I was younger, and even as an older man, I more recently made my own picket signs, and I went on. I was 89 years old. I was walking on the march holding my sign that I made myself. Life has been full of many, many things for me, and music is only one part of it. So I may be 92, but I'm not done.
The buds on the trees are about to burst, waiting for rain to quench their thirst. It's not that spring is near, it's already here.
Wow, I'm always just blown away with those. Now, sadly, our show is coming to an end, but let's say farewell with a little jazz from our friends, the Bandroom Sharks from the Brookline Music Collective. that just delightful? Nothing like a little horn to jazz up your Friday night. Really, put some wind in your wings. But before we fly away, it really is time to say goodbye. Now, if you liked our little show, you can tune back in for the next one on April 28th, or send in some of your own stuff and email us at brainwave at brooklineinteractive.org. Have a good night, stay safe out there in the big ol' universe, and I sure hope you had some fun tonight. See you next time, my worlds.